Okay. Sorry about that. My video like literally stopped working like after I pressed like go live on the stream. So I don't know what's up with that. But I already pre-did the hair. Don't know if I love it, but it's a little bit lumpy. It's a little bit uneven, but it is what it is. So maybe we'll just do like one. I don't know. That looks dumb. We'll put them both back. So I'm gonna just touch up my face a little bit before the stream. Hopefully there's not too many ads. If there are a bunch of ads, please let me know. If the mic's weird, please let me know. But just doing the best that I can here. So we'll get into it. So I do already have my face like partially done from work today. I'm just gonna push these out of the way so I don't get my hair in this. But I am just gonna retouch up my foundation a little bit. I am going to use the Uoma Beauty foundation that's already on my face, and I am going to just put a little bit on just to touch it up, because I'm literally just going to touch it up to like game. So, and it honestly doesn't look bad on camera like as is. I just need to touch up like the areas where I got sweaty, because I decided I was going to go on my little neighborhood walk today, and I didn't like, it was like cloudy, so I'm like, oh wow, should I bring a jacket, because it's so chilly out here is what it looks like. But it was actually like 96 degrees. And then like halfway through my walk, I like checked the weather to see like what temperature it was, and that's when I found out it was 96 degrees when I was on my walk, like a fool. And I also saw there was a 100% chance of rain, like 20 minutes from like the time when I checked it, and I was like, probably like I was only halfway through my walk, so I knew I had like 30 more minutes left, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna get rained on out here. So a bit of an interesting panic that I now need to cover up on my face. Is kind of the moral of that story. But again, my face doesn't look terrible because I did do it today. I did it at like 7:30 this morning though, because I had a meeting at 8:15, so it was up. I was working it. So we do need to touch it up because it's been what, like 13 hours, almost 14 hours. So just touching up the foundation a little bit here. I'm going to go in with, I don't want to tip it too much. This is a little bit temperamental. But this is the Juvia's Place powder. And I'm using this as a replacement for my more expensive Laura Mercier powder. And so far it's okay. I feel like I'm like a bit shinier. And I do feel like this one does make me a little bit paler. But that's okay. That's why I put on powder after. So works out okay. For me, this one actually, this powder isn't that inexpensive, which is a bit annoying because I'm like, I'm gonna switch to drugstore stuff and save a bunch of money. And this powder, this is like $14 for this little thing, and this is, I think, like a half of an ounce, and for like the ounce of Laura Mercier it's like $39 or $38. So this is, it only saves like $10, which I'm like, well, all right. I don't know, I swear back in the day, like the drugstore cosmetics, like they used to be just immensely cheaper than like the higher end ones. I don't know, maybe that's just like in my mind that that was a thing, but I don't know. I remember like drugstore cosmetics used to be just like so cheap, and now they're not. I feel like I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Powder. So like this is an example of something that's like a drugstore like cosmetic, but I feel like it's very pricey. Like this L'Oreal powder, this is like $14 for this. Which to me seems like a bit much. But it is a really good powder. Like I have like 3 of these under my like sink in my bathroom right now, just as like backups, that like I buy them when they're like on sale and then I stock up. So that I don't have to buy them when they're $14. I buy them when it's like buy one get one, like, or like buy 2 get one 50% off or something like that. Cause I have like 3 of them, so I'm thinking I did something like that. But gotta get those deals where you can get them. Just a little bit of powder touch up there. I'm going to touch up with my Nars Bronzer here. And I'm going to try to use like a light hand, just because this bronzer does, I don't know if it's like because it's pigmented or because it's like splotchy, or if I'm using too heavy of a hand, but I did notice yesterday in my stream when I tried to take like the thumbnail picture that like it was very patchy. So I just want to make sure I really am blending this out, particularly on this side. This side of my face like does not, I don't know, like I just don't feel like I like my makeup on this side of my face as much. And I don't know why, because it's not like, oh, I use my left hand or something. Like, I don't understand. A little bit of bronzer just under the neck there, a little bit on the forehead. I'm literally getting this all over my hair. A little bit on the forehead here. Just make sure those cheeks are nice and blended, because I do feel like this one's already a bit not blended. We will blend this on in. A little bit more on this side, just gonna even it out. Okay, I'm gonna call that good on that. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of my little Nars blush, and I am going to put a little bit of blush on my cheeks. Just smile and then push it on back. I guess one of the like new beauty things to do is to like brush it across your nose so you look like you were just like out in the sun or just woke up from a nap and you just have this nice little like red kind of like healthy blushed glow, but I don't know if I'm about that. Like, I just hopped on, like, the blush bandwagon. I'm not sure if I'm ready to, like, spread it across my nose yet, but we're working on it. I also just don't want to look like I'm sunburned. I feel like that's also what I'm afraid of with blush, is I just don't want to look sunburned. Okay, not bad. This side is definitely more pigmented than this side. I don't know why. We're moving on. Put a little bit more product here, or just blend this one out. This side's a little bit more well done, but that's okay. You want it to come out better on camera anyway, right? So here we are. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of my Ofra highlighter. Just do a little bit of highlight on my cheeks here. Just hitting the high points. Trying to go lightly with this. Again, just trying to hit the high points here. So, just grabbing those high points. Not bad. A little bit of nose highlight. I love a good little nose highlight. A little bit of that. Fantastic. And then I'm going to, so that's pretty much it for out to the face. So I'm now going to move on to the eyes a little bit. I did already touch up my brows, but I did touch them up with the Morphe little pencil. I guess I could go in and do a little bit of the gel touch up. So I have the matching Morphe gel and pencil. Just go in and touch this up just a smidge, like just place more of this gel color like on the back half of the brow. I worked so hard to try to make these symmetrical, and I don't know if I did a good job or not, but I worked hard on it. That's what counts, right? A for effort. Okay. I am going to go in with a little bit of eyelid primer here. I'm going to use my KVD Shake Primer, and I'm going to a little bit on my eyelids just so I can put a little bit of eyelid color on. Nothing too crazy, but just trying to touch it up a little bit here for you all. Okay. There we go. Nice and spread. Now I am going to go in with the Tartelette Baby Bloom palette. I'm going to go in with, I guess I could wipe off my brush. I could go with like this little pinkier color. That might be cute. Let me try to wipe off my brush a little bit here because it definitely has brown on it right now. So I don't know how well the pink's going to show up. It's probably going to show up, honestly, as more brownish still. So I haven't fully cleaned this brush. So there's a lot of like brown on it. Plus I'm just like getting the color off with a dry towel, so not like the best, but okay, we'll go in and try it. So I'm gonna go in with this little like pink color here. We're gonna just see how it goes for me. Just put a little bit on the outer part of my eye, but also kind of swing it out a little bit because I feel like that's kind of the piece that I'm missing. It's kind of that outward swoop. Just putting this color on the outer part of my eye. Just gonna sweeping it out a little bit. And then I'm going to go in and just try to go in one direction because you're not supposed to windshield wiper, I guess. If you have eyes like mine, they're like a little bit more Asian. to just go like one direction to push the color over so that you're not like dragging your eye down, which I guess makes sense. I don't know. I've been doing this the last like 3 times I've put on eyeshadow, so I guess I haven't done like a side-by-side comparison, but I don't know. I guess it can't hurt. So, do a little bit of that. Color there. It's actually coming out pretty nice and pigmented. I'm going to go in, do the same thing on the other eye here. Just start pushing that color over, just trying not to windshield wiper back and forth, but just going over to, or going one direction to the inside. Just trying to sweep it in one direction over. Oh, RIP One Direction. Does anyone, I feel like I make myself sound like an old person. Does anyone remember when they were still together? I also heard that BTS was taking a break, but they promise it's not permanent, so that's sad. All the good boy bands, right? Alright, I think this is pretty good on the color. I actually really like how it looks on this eye. I think this eye needs to like catch up a little bit in terms of the color. I think because I went in like first with this eye, so it had like the most color on it, so I just need to kind of catch this eye up over here in terms of the color on it, just so a little bit more even. I do have a little mirror over here. I guess it's like a medium-sized mirror over here that I'm looking at, so I do sort of have an idea of what I'm doing besides like looking at the screen. So nobody worry. I'm gonna just sweep this out a bit, and also making sure I'm only sweeping in one direction. Okay, that looks sufficient. That's sufficiently good. This actually is rather pigmented like on the screen, so I am proud of me for that. So I'm going to take this same color on a little brush. I'm going to clean this one off a little bit here. It's funny because these are makeup erasing towels when you get them wet, but this towel's not wet, so it's a bit useless. Not useless, but for this, not great, because this probably did need a little bit of water. So I'm just going to sweep this same color under my eye here so that I really complete that look. I actually kind of like this. I don't know why I haven't done this look. I'm either about to mess it up or this is about to be a really good look that I enjoy. I can't tell yet. Stay tuned. Alright, just sweeping that under the eye. That looks good. Okay, this needs to get blended a little bit more. Okay, I maybe should have started blending right away on this because the color's really kind of built up on the edge, but that's okay. We're gonna work with this. I'll just put a little bit over here. Okay. Perfect. That looks good. Now I'm gonna go in with a little flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just gonna go in with this like pinkish glitter here and see how this goes for me. I think I'm gonna pop this on like the middle part of my eye. Okay, I'm seeing now why I don't do this look, because this glitter color is rather similar to the color I just put on, except for this one is glittered. So it's not really kind of giving me that look that I wanted. That's okay. Now I'm going to go in with the other side of this little brush. Go with the lighter color and just this on the inner part. My eye, just to give it that pop here. Give it that pop at 9 p.m. And just sweep this over. Okay, that looks good. Just a little bit here. I think I am going to go and just put a little bit of this color, just like a little bit like blended into this color that I just put on with the shimmer, because I don't really like how it looks. Then I'm just going to go back in with the first shade and just sweep this back into the glitter just so that everything is nice and blended. But pretty happy with this look. Pretty happy with it. I'm going to go in with my little KVD tattoo liner and just redo the eyeliner line. There's definitely like a chunk of eyeshadow right there. Okay. Just go in and do like a thin little line here. Touch that up a little bit. This one, just do a thin line. It's funny, I actually did like a really nice thin line on this side this morning, but I was like rushing because I had to get to a meeting at 8:15. So, which some of you are probably laughing, you're like, that's not even early, but I was rushing, so I did this eye really good, and then I was rushing, and so I just like did a super thick line on this, and I just showed up to my meeting with like one eye, where I'm like a scene kid, I'm sorry. But it's alright. I'm going to touch up just my mascara a little bit, just because I did get a little bit of that glitter fallout. So this is the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. I do already have some on, so I'm not going to do too much, so I don't want to make it too clumpy. Also, I think I'm going to try to do lashes tonight for you all. I was going to try to like cut my lashes and do a little half lash, but honestly, I think the lashes I found are already cut quite a bit. So we'll just see how those look on. But I do want to make sure I do this under eye mascara, because I love that look. Oh no, I lost an eyelash. Just touch this up here. I guess now I'm not touching it up. Now I'm adding extra stuff that I didn't have before. Alright, and a little bit up here just to cover up any of that glitter eyeshadow that fell into my lashes here. I think I did bring the little tool with me. Did I? Yeah. So I do have this little eyelash comb, so you can comb it through your eyelashes just so that they're a bit separated, just so they don't get clumpy. Just because I doubled up on my mascara here. So just declump all of that. Looks good. Okay. I'm going to put on a little bit of a lip primer. This one's new. This is the ColourPop Lippy Sticks. So I've been mentioning for a while that I use like the MAC Prep and Prime lip primer, but it's like $20 for like something this size. And I'm like, there has to be alternatives. So I bought the LA Girl Cosmetics one, and that one was like $5, and it was okay, but it really wasn't that great. And I'm like, there has to be something between $5 and $20 that can get me what I need. So I arrived at this ColourPop one that was like $8, and it's definitely in between. I don't know if it completely replaces the MAC one, but I'm tired of paying for the MAC one. So I think this is going to be it. Because honestly, I feel like this is just like a glorified chapstick. Like it really... My lipstick still feathers throughout the day. Like, and it's just going to do that, I think, no matter what product I put on. But that's what it is. I did bring this little towel just so I could wipe off the lipstick I already had on and just make sure that I keep this clean. I'll do lipstick at the end. Let me do lashes now, or try to do lashes. So I found these lashes like in my lash drawer, and I'm pretty sure I cut these to be like little half lashes. I'm really not sure what's going on here, but I'm going to try to put these on and see how it goes for me. So I'm going to grab them like towards the back of the lash, like by the band. And then I just got a lash sticking off of it. I'm going to apply the glue as I'm holding it with my little tweezers here. I do use black eyelash glue just because I do feel like it provides more of that seamless look for that end result. I've been meaning to try putting the lash glue on my face directly versus putting it on the lash, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. But I feel like that should help. I've also been meaning to buy magnetic lashes because I do feel like the magnetic lash or false lash game has changed. So, because before when I had false magnetic lashes, they were the kind you had to like sandwich together on your eye, and it just like did not work that well for me because they were like too long for my eye, so I couldn't sandwich them together. But there's like a new one that has like 10 magnets on it, so I think if I like cut off a magnet or two so that it fit my eyes, it would work better. So stay tuned for that. But I am going to just try this little half lash thing here, just so that I can add a little bit of dimension to the outside part of my eye, and then it's more comfortable. This looks a little bit dumb, but I think this is meant to be done with more natural lashes than what I'm doing it with, but that's okay. It just looks like all of a sudden I have like lashes. But that's okay. We're gonna make it work. I'm also going to do the same thing on this eye. Sorry, I grabbed my eyelash from the front, even though I just said not to do that. But I bought eyelashes one time from Sephora, and I think they were like some older eyelashes that had just been like sitting for a while. Because they were like on like a really good sale, and I forget what brand they were by, but it was like a good brand, and I bought them, and I went to like take them out of the package, and I tried to like be careful and grab them by the band, but I just got a huge dollop of glue on my leg. I tried to be careful and grab the lashes out of the package by the band. I think they were so old that I ended up like pulling out a bunch of the eyelashes, and like it was just so bad. And like thankfully Sephora's like gracious and accepted the return, because I was like, yeah, these are just like really old and just like fell out of the package. So not 100% sure if that was like user error, if they're like really old lashes, but I think it was like mostly they were really old lashes. Alright, gonna try to stick these to the outer part of my eye, and also try not to like stamp it on my eyelid and make a mess, because I'm like, I'm almost done with makeup, I just need to put on the lashes, and then I end up like stamping the lash glue like randomly like in the middle of my eyelid, and I'm like, oh great, now I'm not almost done. Okay, this one looks more natural for some reason than the other eye. I don't know what happened here, but just trying to get that lined up. But it looks not bad. It does look like just kind of nice, just a nice little statement with these little half lashes. These are kind of nice actually, kind of like the half lash. I don't know why this eye looks so dumb. I like it on this eye. But now it just has like a little pizzazz. I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of, I think I glued my eyelids together. Hold on. Okay, should be okay. And then I glued my eyelids together. I am gonna put on a little bit of this Morphe lipstick. So I really like this color. It's called Fatty with a PH, like that old school brand, like Baby Fat. But I actually really like this color. I just feel like it's very drying to my lips, and like it does get everywhere. So it's like a good like work from home lipstick for me. Like when I don't be like eating and like people like see my sandwich, they're like, there's lipstick all over your sandwich now. So good work from home lipsticks. I really like the color. If I like found this color with like a different formulation, I'd probably be about it. But this was also a good price point too. Make sure my lips are like sufficiently like moisturized with that before I put this on. All right. Make sure my lips look symmetrical here. Try to do that cute thing where I just don't highlight on Cupid's bow. We just go over it. But I like the color. Just is very drying and gets everywhere. Which is funny, because you think that a product that's like really drying to your lips would not like smudge everywhere, but it just like, I don't know, it like sucks the moisture out of your lips, and like, I don't know where it puts it. Alright, make sure that looks relatively symmetrical. Yeah, and now add. I feel like everything looks less symmetrical like in this than it does in real life. I should be doing my makeup on stream every day. Okay, I'm gonna call that good, because I feel like I'm just drying everything out right now. This is normally when I'd put on setting spray, but I'm just gonna take this off in a few hours. So this is the look. Let me fix the hair here. Put the hair up. the little baby hairs out that I saved for this. So, finished look. Let me back it up a little bit here. You can see the full, not that these shorts are anything special, but for the full fit details. These shorts are from American Eagle. Shirt is from Shein, of course, the lovely. I actually really like this one. This one's actually really good quality. Cause it even has like, it doesn't have like the weird like lace up back. It has like a legit zipper, and it has like actual like wiring in this, which is surprising. But yeah, this is the look. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I haven't done makeup in a while, and I miss it because I feel like makeup's like kind of my passion in life. Like, it's just kind of something I really enjoy doing. So hopefully you enjoy it as well. I actually really like this look. I think I will do this one again. I normally do like browns, but I like the way these pinks turned out. Like, I like this. It looks nice. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm going to go game now, but really appreciate you all for hanging out with me. If you're not already, I'd really appreciate the follow. And then anything you think that I could do to like make my streams better, just like feel free to comment when I'm live. I definitely am open to making suggestions, and hopefully the ad situation is much better now. But anyway, I will see you all in the next one, hopefully. And thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate you all. Have a good rest of your evening. If I don't see you, maybe I'll see you in tomorrow's stream.